Okay, right. So this is more for the new guys this morning. Like I've been here 3 weeks, fantastic 3 weeks. I know how you're feeling at the moment. I know how hard it seems right now. And yesterday what we talked about was discipline, and yes, you got to do that, right? But today, what I want to talk about is this, right? Your heart. Especially when you're starting in sales, you're going through the motions on the phone, right? Because it doesn't matter what the prospects think. It doesn't matter what other people think about you in the room, right? Right? What matters is your heart. No one really gives no one cares, man. Like what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. What matters is internally, if you're going at it with everything, right? And your heart is in the game. And like you're ringing people and you're putting everything into it. You're not like, thinking about too much about, oh, should I be doing it this way? Oh, doing it that way? Oh, what are they thinking? Oh, maybe I shouldn't. No, man, just like focus, be in the game, lock yourself in the game. Like I'm saying to you, with that opening pitch, you just got that opening pitch. You just think about that. Fuck everyone else in the room, man. Fuck what they think too, like on the other end of the phone. You'll get to that later when you get to rapport and bonding, right? You just lock yourself in, and it's about fucking just being with it, being passionate about it, being like finding your heart for it, right? Because that's really all that matters in sales is your heart. Because if you've got heart with something, I can tell you the impact it will have on the people on the other end of the phone will be fucking enormous, man. Like people feel that shit coming through the phone, right? So the next thing I'm going to relate that to is something that Michael Douglas says in Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, right? The sequel to Wall Street in 2010. He quotes the line, "It's not about the money, it's about the game between people." So what does he mean by that? What I'm going to do now is dissect that to a completely different forum, right? And that is, let's take lions and out in the wild, right? And they're hunting zebra and the antelope, right? You've all seen those shows on National Geographic, Discovery, right? And the lions are hunting and doing all this. Come back to that later, right? But when you see them with the antelope, with the zebra, there's 2 or 3 around there, right? They've got them, and they're like casually grazing on the little zebra, chewing away. You with me? Do you really see them fucking with their big paws going in, clanging out, yeah, I love it, right? You're not. They're just grazing away. You know why? Because once you get there, once you make it, once you get the prize, so to speak, yeah, it's good and everything, but it's not as good as the game, man. So let's say before the antelope was killed or whatever, you've got like 3 lions, and they're all like talking between each other. One's scooping through the grass that way, one's going this way, one's going that way. He's saying, you cover that side. And this can go on for like fucking how long? Hour, 2 hours. And they're really fucking involved and passionate about the game. Because once they get it, yeah, it's good and everything. Some of them just chew on it for a little bit and just fuck off anyway, don't they? They're not like digging their claws in going, how good's all this? Like Greg with his food, right? What they really were focused on and what they really loved was the game of getting the prize before it. And that's what you got to do in sales. Get involved in the game. Don't be not focused. Don't be like trying to cut corners. Too many people try and cut corners in sales. You've got a process, you've got a structure, you've got a system. And if you've got heart and you're in the game, like I know you are, you get in the game, you're enjoying it. I know you've got heart, right? Talking about some other people today, because we always talk about Phil and Richie, right? So all of you, Greg, you're starting to get there, but you just got to have more heart, man. Get more in the game. Like it's just, all this is just a game of chess or a game between people. and think of it as you're in the wild and you are the lion. The question is, do you have the fucking heart of one to keep going, keep pushing, play the game between people, do what it takes? Because yeah, you know, once you get there, like these guys refer, it's all good, but, and you celebrate, right? Celebration doesn't last that long. And then you're back into it and you're focused again on the game. Who is the next person that I'm gonna go for? You know, what's the next thing? You know, like you and Phil are always doing. Yeah, next. You got me? Don't, you know, it's not always keep thinking about, you know, the sale, the commission. Yeah, it's good and everything. But once you've got that, it doesn't last that long. Then you've got to get back in the game, get focused, and have the heart and habit of, you know, like lions, man, going after antelope and zebra.
Start hunting again.
Yep, keep on hunting, man. It's just a non-stop thing. All right, so bunch of lines today. Attack! Attack! All right, man, let's get into it. Great meeting. Cheers.